All right, what's up, everybody? Today is Monday, January 6th, 2025. We're at block height 878093. Sat per VByte transaction fees. Pretty good right now. 2 sats per VByte, which is 28 cents. Low, medium, and high priority. So looks like we're good here. We got 171 unconfirmed transactions in the mempool. I guess they have 1 sat VByte. I mean, come on. Do people just throw transactions out? 2 sats. Put it on there. All right, the USD price looks like it's 99,000 for Bitcoin. I hope it goes down. I'm trying to pick up some more Bitcoin. Maybe I had my chance when it went down to like 92, was it? Somewhere back here. I just remember it was like 68K was just trotting along there, crab walking, 68K. And then all of a sudden, we're like pressing 100K. I'm like, damn. Can I get my buys in? Can I get my buys at 68K? But no. I had to scoop up a little. I think I got in at 98. So what are you going to do? Before we know it, it's going to be $1 million, 10 million, 100 million. Dollars are unlimited. Bitcoin's extremely scarce. So the more people that just want Bitcoin, the higher the USD price is going to go, unfortunately for us. So get it while you can. All right, taking a look at the Spaces protocol today. We have 545 unique spaces, 340 transfers and or registers, 2595 bids. A lot of bidding going on here, Spaces protocol. It's getting hot, y'all. I think there's only like 100 people here too. And some dude, you know who you are. He's out there. He's bidding on all the names. Just comes in here and just rips all the names. I don't know how much Bitcoin he has. I'm going to try to wear him out a little bit. But unfortunately for me, I don't have a lot. Don't tell nobody. It's kind of like poker. Like, they can bully your ass. They got the bids with the poker bids. Or not the bids. The bets, like the buy-ins. The buy-in with the poker. And the dude with the biggest stack, he could just bluff and bully his way in there. But, hey, you can get caught on that bluff. So, let's see what we can do. All right, the spaces in auction, we have Freak, UFC, and some of this Puni code. I think it's called Puni code. These things are emojis. So if you see these XN-dash characters, they are emojis. You can look them up and see what emojis they are. There's some sort of decoder and stuff. So that's going to be cool, too. We're going to have these Bitcoin spaces, these domains, usernames, at emojis. They're just going to be emojis. Then we have Books, Nature, Club. These are a little later, 8 hours away, 11 hours away. Gaming, Law, Run. These are all expiring bids, 8 hours, 11 hours away. But coming out recently, we got Freak, UFC, and this Puni code emoji. 2 hours, 3-4 hours away. So if you're trying to bid, get up in here and get some bids going on. The recent Spaces actions, somebody just threw a bid in here. Block 89, block 88, block 86 for Vista Charm, Dark Pulse, Hello Prime, Magic Ask, Fire. There's just so many names. It's pretty cool. I hope that this protocol is the real deal, Spaces protocol. I hope it's the real deal because it's a big thing. Just think about it. Having your own domain name that is not centrally controlled. Not only that, these are top-level domains. So a .com, a .net, a .org is a top-level domain. And when people want to buy Fire.com, Vista.com, right? They have to buy that from you, the owner of the top level domain. So these are top level domains. This is not Vista.com, Charm.com, Dark.com. These names that we're seeing up here. These are the @Vista, @charm @dark, or traditionally would be known as .vista .charm .dark. So these are the top level domains. So you would put, let's say you got hello, right? Let's say you got hello. You would put your name @hello. It would be Dan @hello, which would be pretty cool, right? Hello is actually pretty cool. It's only 90,000 sats right now. These are actually really cheap. A lot of these things, 50,000 sats, 50,000, 50,000, 99,000, 200,000, 800,000. Ooh, Ask. Ask has been on this bidding block for probably a month now. We could take a look here. Total Bitcoin burn. Now, I know that this is a little bit of a contentious feature of the Bitcoin Spaces protocol here. The total burned amount, the total Bitcoin burned. So what happens is when you lock up a space, you burn the Bitcoin. Now, has that been verified? Who gets it? Is there a burn address? What happens to that address? Does somebody actually own that address? I'm not sure, but that's another reason why I want to make these videos. Get this out here and get more eyes on this. Yeah, it's more competition, which sucks, right? If I'm bidding on these, I want to keep it quiet. Hush, hush. Don't tell nobody. Gobble up as much as I can. Then maybe tell everybody. But, I'm dumb, I guess. Just natural inside of me that I'm like, yo, I got to tell people about this. It was kind of like when I heard about Bitcoin, too. It's like, yeah, you could hoard up all that Bitcoin, dude. Don't tell nobody. But I just had a hard time keeping it in, right? Containing myself. Maybe that's a positive, negative, both. I don't know. But it's just a hard time containing myself. So I like to put it out. We have almost a full Bitcoin burn now. 0.9478 Bitcoin has been burned through the Spaces protocol, just making everyone else's Bitcoin that much more valuable, which is awesome. But hey, some people say it sucks. I could see that it sucks as well, because that's precious, valuable Bitcoin. Damn, you're burning it. There's no other way. But is there another way? Think about it. How to keep it decentralized, right? If somebody else is getting the Bitcoin, then they're incentivized to do a bunch of shit. If nobody's getting the Bitcoin, then hey, maybe that means that there's nobody profiting off of this protocol for the rollouts, when the new names come out. That gives it more validity. And that's one of the reasons why I want people to eyes on it. Are these coins really being burned? Please, someone more technical than me, look into this. See if they really are. Is it decentralized? Is it good? What do you think about it? Look at the paper. Read the documents. I've read them. It seems good. All right. I've looked at multiple other naming protocols. We have the Ordinals protocol. We have the Runes protocol for like tokens and stuff, but the Ordinals protocol, then we got like .btc, .sats. They're on the Ordinals protocol from what I can understand. They suck though, right? I don't think that they're good. They rely on the Ordinals protocol. Somebody could just come in, and so you etch or you inscribe your name, and everyone's just supposed to recognize that as that's the real deal, and then someone could come behind you. But if they were the first name, the second name doesn't count. I don't know. It seems silly. It doesn't seem good. And there was another one, Bitcoin Domains. They also had the .btc. But that one wasn't good either. That was centralized, where a dude or, a guy, a group of people probably, but it was one dude at least, he would get all the money from all the names being registered. So that's the thing about this being burned, That's nobody's getting the stuff. So, and the people that created this, Mike Carson, he has experience with the handshake protocol. He has experience with just running registrars for .ais, .ios, I believe. You can look into his history and see what the deal is. But yes, I want to bring more awareness to this protocol, get people to look at it and see, is it actually good? Pick it apart, because even with the Bitcoin code, right? Most people, including myself, we're not that technical where we could look at the code and be like, oh yeah, that's going to work. That makes sense. That's decentralized. That's this, that's that. No, I look at it. I look at the features. I think about it, and I I say, okay, this is trying to be decentralized. No central server to verify the transactions. It's got this difficulty adjustment. If more people come in, okay. How does it verify these things? All the nodes, okay, they have to be in consensus, okay. So I start reading those type of things, and I can understand that, but I still am relying on other people to be like, yeah, that's good, bro. That's good. Like with a hardware wallet, right? Like a Trezor or a Ledger or a Cold Card. I'm not knowing 100% what these things are. I have to rely on other people. Like, yo, if the Trezor was not open source, I would imagine by now somebody would picked it out and be like, hey, that sucks. Don't use that, you know? So I am mainly relying on community. Most people do, which is scary. You know, it is scary with your money, but it's real, right? It's freaking realistic. So let's just be real. Most people do that. And you can see it works pretty much for the most part. You look at Ledger, right? Ledger came out with some cloud services. We got your seed word, dog. We got your back. People were like, hold up, that's a bad thing. So yeah, I bounced out of Ledger. I was on a Ledger. I was like, okay, but I'm not reading the code. I'm relying on the community, the people, my research, reading, listening. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who makes sense? Don't do anything fast. Let it chill. Think about it. Read about it. Learn about it. Then make a decision. So with this, yeah, I aped in a little bit here with this. It's worth it. It seems good to get into Spaces Protocol. Ape in a little bit. Maybe a couple million sats. Something like that. Throw some bids out there. Like I said, it's hard. It's hard bidding. And now I'm going to tell more people to come in. Yeah, jump on in. Bid on a couple of these names. Right? I can't even get a freaking space registered. And I'm asking more people to come in and bid. Right? I'm getting outbid on everything I bid on. And then the transaction fees. Dude. You got to pay them. They're gone, right? And then if you mess up, which I think I already have multiple times. Because it's all command line, right? So if you're interested in getting in this Spaces protocol, I'll put a link down in the description. Even though since this is a new channel, you can't get the links. You can't click on them. You got to just copy them. But anyway, it's explore.spacesprotocol.org or just spacesprotocol.org. You can learn more. There's documentations, all that type of stuff. So yeah, that's that. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to make a daily video looking at the spaces in auction. And I think we'll look at the upcoming auctions too. I guess we'll just go through this tab up here. It's probably going to be interesting for people. There's a huge thing with domains. I already found this out. I uncovered this, that there's like a huge community on domains apparently. People love this shit. Like, there was one guy talking, he was like, oh yeah, I'm a small fish. I only got 50 domains. I'm like, 50 domains? That seems like a lot. But no, people are squatting and hoarding a ton of domains, ton. And they're just .coms, .nets, .ios, .ais, .this, .that. They're not even top level domains. Dude, when you buy a space, you get in the top level domain, which means if you get 78 right here, okay? You get 78. You own every name before that at 78. So it's pretty interesting. All right, so here's what we got too coming out. Early days, dude. A lot of people with these emojis, these XN codes, and these numbers. We have numbers just rolling out, dude. Numbers. Past auctions, let's take a look. We could do the number of bids from highest to lowest. So bot is the highest with 46 bids. Bet 42 and art 41. Star rounding out top 4. Whoa! With 33. So there's been some bid wars here. All these are done, I'm pretty sure. Bot, bet, art, and star. Are people going to use these though? I think they will, but I'm not 100% sure how this is going to be used. Is everybody just going to have their own top level domain. That seems a little strange. Or maybe not, right? It's a username and everybody's got the zillion different types of usernames. Or the alternative would be, is everybody just going to want to be on the same top level domain, like star, right? At star. And then it's going to be cool. Or is it going to be a mix of both? You know, I don't know. Probably it's going to be a mix of both because websites, I can see this. This makes a lot of sense. You go to a website, you sign up for a Twitter. You go to Twitter. And when you get your Twitter username, right, because nostr is probably going to be the big thing. It's taken over, right? It makes a lot of sense where you're. So I don't have to post on YouTube, Twitter, you know, Instagram, Twitch. I don't have to post on all these websites. This is nonsense. All these siloed, centralized websites. No. All I do is have a nostr account. I broadcast it out like a Bitcoin transaction. And then the social media sites, they're looking at, you know, the network, the protocol, and they're picking it up. So Twitter picks it up. YouTube picks it up. Instagram picks it up. All these nostr clients are just looking at the protocol, the nostr protocol, and they pick up the broadcasted transactions. So the user, the broadcaster, me, I'm making these videos. I don't have to paste. I don't have to create an account on all these, you know, separate websites and share my video on every website individually. No, that's nonsense, dude. What is that? That's great for these corporations that own these websites, but it's not good for the user. So the user, what's good for the user is the user just has a name, like one of these spaces, and it's on this network, and the social media networks just pick it up and they broadcast it everywhere. And you're going to have all these pop up. So what I can see, right, you sign up for Twitter, and Twitter just gives you an @Twitter handle. So you sign up, you make your name, and you want to say reindeer. My name's Reindeer. And your name will just be Reindeer at Twitter. That's your space. And then that broadcasts everywhere on all the other clients. Because the database is decentralized, it's public, right? So Twitter's database is theirs. It's private. They have their own database that they show. So databases, I think, are changing. I don't know. Maybe that's my understanding of it, right? You know, that's why I'm here too, to learn more technicals. I mean, look, dude, I set up a Bitcoin node, Linux. So I built a computer, actually. Easy, right? That's easy. Installed Linux, easy. It's for the first time now. Installed Bitcoin Core, easy. That was easy too. I then installed Spaces. That was kind of a pain in the butt. It was kind of easy, but there's like these prerequisites that they skip over. And like the white paper, they're telling you how to do it. It's like, do this, install Spaces, then verify your install. And I'm like, okay, is there like steps in between? Because it seems like there is. And there was. So there was a couple things I needed. I needed Rust and curl. I'm pretty sure those are the things. Rust and curl. So I was trying to do these things, and they're like, nah, you can't do that. I was in the terminal typing and shit. That's the command line, the CMD command line, like for Windows. Well, it's terminal and Linux. I'm in there typing all these things. I'm trying to learn all these things. Sudo, apt, install, right? You can just install applications from the command line. You don't even know what the hell you're installing. You got to be careful with that. So what I like to do is I go to the store first, look at the app, see what the hell it is first before I decide to install it. There's different types of apps even. So if you install one app through this way, through the store, through the terminal, there's different codes also. There was some issue with, I think, Rust with that. Luckily, I was reading about it first, so I would just be typing these commands and trying to just piece my way through it. I'd get an error or something would pop up, and then I would look up that error, and I would just research that error, type that error into the search, and search for that, right? That's what we need too. So instead of saying, oh, I Googled it, nah, there's got to be a search, a decentralized search as well. So we're not looking at Google's representation of the internet because they're feeding us what they want. No, there has to be another decentralized, some sort of search feature that browses the internet differently. That's going to come too. I mean, that just makes sense too. Like, think about the news, right? There's a ton of shit that goes on in the news. There's a ton of stuff that goes on. But the news only talks to you for an hour, right? They're picking and choosing what news you get to see. So, no. I want to pick and choose what I want to see, or I just want to see everything and parse through the data. So, I don't know. So, I was just looking, finding my error. I was like, oh, I got to install that. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, this is why. Let me try it like this. Let me try it like that. And then finally got Spaces installed. So, here we are. Total noob. So, if I can do it, all you dudes can do it. All right, so those are the highest number of bids. And let's look at the bid value. So, the leader at Bitcoin with 10 million Satoshis. AI number 2 at 7 million Satoshis. The number 1. Third place, 35. No, that's not 35 million. That's 3.5 million Satoshis. And 3.1 million Satoshis. So are you going to really want at S? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I would say no. I know single digits, right? We got like all these other domains. People sort by value in the blank. 1 letter, 2 letter, 3 letter, 4 letter. So like the less letters, they assume that it's more valuable. I get that in a sense, but I would take a 2-letter, like right here. I guess it makes sense, right? .ai over a 1-letter S. And I guess it makes sense, right? Because it is 7 million for .ai compared to 3.1 mil for .s or at S at AI. So I would take 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits, if it's a better word than just R. So you're going to tell somebody, right? Yeah, a lot of this is going to be online where you're just going to paste it and send it. It's going to look cool at R. Oh, that's cool. It's short. That's cool. But let's say you're in a row where you're telling somebody, hey, send me this Bitcoin payment, because these work as Bitcoin wallets as well. You're going to be like, yo, send me that payment. Well, what is it? It's Jerry at R. R? Yeah, R. R. Huh? R? Like the letter R. Oh, the letter R. Okay, the letter R. Right? There's a little bit of confusion there. So, and words are like that too. Some words like win, you might say, is that W-I? Is it W-Y? So it's a little bit confusing, but that's what I kind of think about when I'm figuring, am I going to go for these names? Am I going to bid on these names? Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. But that's just a little bit of my thought. All right, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Later.